we are going to take power. And when we do, it's not going to be the days of Paul Ryan and Trey Gowdy where the Republicans go limp-wristed, where they lose their backbone and fail to send a single subpoena. No, it's going to be the days of Jim Jordan and Matt Gaetz and Marjorie Taylor Greene. And you know what? We're going to get answers, real answers about what happened in the election, answers about the Wuhan Institute of Virology, and certainly answers about a Department of Justice and a national security apparatus that has gone totally off the rails. They have become the enforcement wing of the Democratic Party. The entire country knows it. And you know what? We need honest, fair, real application of the laws in our country. We're not getting that now. And frankly, we weren't really getting it at the DOJ under President Trump. There's a lot of swamp left to be drained, and I can't wait to get the gavels in our hands, to get the subpoenas ready to go, and to get these answers for the American people.
So there, Nina, he makes very clear that on a long list of conspiracy-laden topics, from his own personal issues with the legal accusations he's facing to something with Russia, something with Wuhan, January 6th, they're gonna be coming for people. What do you think?
I'm trying to get over the phrase limp-wristed. Is that what he said?
Yep.
Yep. I'm stuck. I'm stuck right there, John. Right there. The folks involved in January 6th tried to overthrow the outcome of the election, tried to overthrow the government by force. People got hurt, people got killed, law enforcement officers who they claim to care so much about, lives were at risk, other elected officials, and just other people in and around the Capitol. So give me a break. But you know what the Republicans are doing, John? They laying it out, all of what they will do when they get in power. So it will not be to try to make the lives of the American people better. It will be a revenge tour.
And this goes out to any conservatives who might be watching the show right now. I bet you loved what Matt Gaetz just said. I bet you are hoping, why can't we have Republicans in charge that'll do these hearings? I want more Benghazi hearings, but and you have been trained to want that, trained to love it. Is it gonna help you with your mortgage? Is it gonna help you with retirement? Is it gonna help your kids go to college? If you face medical bankruptcy, how much better off will you be economically if they really grill Shifty Schiff in a hearing? No, really, like they are promising this is what we're gonna give you. Matt Gaetz is not promising a return to fiscal discipline and thoughtful conservative legislation. He is telling you loud and clear, you're not getting anything except theater. And that is what you want. That's sort of the rub. The only thing you want is lib tears. And the only thing they'll give you is lib tears. And meanwhile, the country falls apart and people fall behind. Yet another update following several more earlier this month on the legal case against Matt Gaetz. So I wanna remind you of a little bit of the history and the new ripple that's been added to it. Back on September 4th, 2017, according to his confession letter, Joel Greenberg called his friend, Representative Matt Gaetz, with some bad news. A teenager both men had paid to have sex with was underage, Greenberg claimed. Now, two sources tell the Daily Beast a cooperating witness can confirm details of that call for one damning reason. He was in Greenberg's office when the call took place. So we already knew about the confession from Joel Greenberg. We know about the allegations. Now there's apparently someone who is there to say they were there for the call. The witness is Big Joe Ellicott. So again, you're getting a real sense for the social circle of the congressman. Greenberg's longtime best friend and an employee at the Seminole County Tax Office recently pleaded guilty to fraud and drug charges as part of a cooperation agreement with federal prosecutors. Two people briefed on the matter can confirm Ellicott was present for the call. The call, they said, was short, and Gaetz was the one who ended it. And we can sort of understand why that would be. Now, Ellicott's corroboration, if true, would contradict Gaetz's repeated assertions that he never had sex with an underage girl as an adult. He told the Daily Beast last March, quote, "The last time I had a sexual relationship with a 17-year-old, I was 17. Instead, if this is true, it suggests that Gaetz has been aware of this fact for nearly the entirety of his time in the House of Representatives. It's the sort of thing that would really weigh on a normal person. I have a feeling Gaetz has probably been okay with it. Again, these are just allegations, Viviana, but apparently there is a witness that was there for that phone call.
It's really baby Gaetz. Here he goes again. I mean, I have suspicions that he knew of this the whole time. I mean, clearly he was paying for sex from young women. He wasn't very concerned with whether or not they were underage. It's really, really sad. And here's an example about how the right, there's this arbitrary line of what's old enough, right? Here's a 17-year-old in Florida trying to access healthcare. She's not mature enough, but yet she could be in bed with baby Gaetz over here, and that's okay. She made a decision. She knew what she was doing.
The average age in Congress is 58. Boomer Congress is highly vulnerable to COVID, actually. As an institution, we are old, usually obese, and otherwise comorbid. No wonder I don't fit in.
That's not actually why he's the Monday Menace. Oh, God. The Democrats successfully voted to cap premiums for private insurance and Medicare for insulin. He did not support that. Why didn't he support it? That's why he's the Monday Menace, because it wasn't bad enough that he wants your insulin costs to continually go up year after year after year. But then he said the reason is that it's not big pharma that makes the price go up. It's all of you fat people. That's the problem. He suggested that type 2 diabetes, which is often linked to obesity, could be cured if only people would work out more and lose weight. And then we wouldn't have to do anything. And specifically, he said, well, Democrat posturing of HR 6833 victimizes insulin payees as people with an uncontrollable disease that are being taken advantage of and need big brother. Lifestyle changes en masse would expeditiously lower demand and the subsequent prices of insulin. 90 to 95% of people with diabetes have type 2 diabetes, which can be prevented or delayed with healthy lifestyle changes, such as losing weight, eating healthy food, and being active. Arbitrary price controls are no substitute for individual weight control. It's called bootstraps, baby. Get some. It's your fault that insulin is going up. Only here, out of everywhere in the world, it's so expensive. There's obese people everywhere. I've looked it up.
This is super discriminatory, just like so discriminatory against bigger people who are, even when they are big, are not necessarily unhealthy. Let's stop with that BS. But also like type 2 diabetes can also disproportionately affect poor people and black and brown people. And he knows that very, very well. And everyone, especially the medical community, loves to blame those people for their own problems, right? No, let's not make medicine more accessible or less costly. No, it's your own fault. That's so easy. But no, a rich white person who has diabetes type 2, oh man, that's genetic. Oh, that's totally fine. Everyone else, that's lifestyle choices. It's so racist, it's so messed up, and also like even
it's classist too.
So classist, the whole thing.